streaming live. I have no idea what happened. My phone just completely quit off. It just cut off, and my stream got cut off, and everything was cut off. And now I'm streaming again I took another picture and thumbnailed it. And now I don't know what's going on. Let's go over to my channel. Last time I had 2 streams running at once when that happened. And so now we're going to try the new stream, and we're going to hit the live button. There we go. Live. There it is. And the other one has ended. Nope, they're both still going. They're both still going. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to come to the new one that we just loaded up just now. I think this is the new one. I don't know for sure which one is the new one and which one isn't. This one has 132 likes. So this is the old one. And then over here, we're going to come here to this channel here, and we're going to go back to the new one, not the old one. And hopefully we can do that soon. But at any rate, yeah, LUMN, folks. I was so happy for those of you that took my word for it and believed me when I showed you what happened with this thing. And this is the same thing Sofi's got, is a triple upside crossover, except that ours is about at this stage right here. That's where, see how they brought it down to the 10-day? See how they brought it down to the 10-day? See how they brought it down here to the 10-day? All right. And then they brought it down to the 50-day, and I said, buy it. That was yesterday. Or Friday. I told you to buy it on Friday because it was going to bounce off that line, and it sure as heck did. Congratulations. All right. So now let me get rid of this original screen. We got to go to the new screen. So we're going to go over here to this channel, and we're going to click on this. And you're going to have to give me just a minute here, folks. Give me a minute here while I do a couple things. Sorry, I got cut off. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it just poof, my signal was gone. Poof, it was gone. And that sucks because I had 140 likes on that stream. And yeah, but that's okay. I'm back, and no big deal. And let me try and get this doggone thing here to David. I wouldn't buy Lumen yet. Earnings is today after stocks have a huge upswing before earnings crash the next day. Okay, I got you. Okay. Wasn't aware of that, so thanks for telling me about Lumen, but I sure looked like the way that chart looked on Friday, and that's why I told everyone to buy it. Some people did and have already made a lot. Somebody told me he made 500 this morning on it. So good. So what I'm trying to do here now is I'm trying to pull up this screen over here, and I'm trying to go right here, and I'm going to try to find this stream right now, view channel. Just give me a second here, folks. I got a lot of things going on. I got 2 channels streaming at once, and I want to take the old channel information and send it over to the new one. So if you'll just give me a second here, folks, that's what I'm doing right now. This is 132 in that box. This right here. Come on, man. Come to the channel. Your channel. There we go. There we go. Get rid of that. Come on. Well, I've been having trouble with my internet all day long. It's been slow. It's been sluggish. It's been awkward. It's been funky. And don't know what's going on with that. Not sure why. But I can tell you one thing. Today's range of 1064 to 1113. Folks, these shorts are freaking in shock. They can't believe that they can't. Now they've got to fight to get the price under 11 bucks. They're losing their freaking asses. They're down $900 million over the last 3 months on this stock. And you got people all over the place talking about SoFi right now. They're mad. They're sweating mad. They're fighting mad. The shorts are just insanely upset that they can't get this back in the 6s. Remember how many people were on this channel telling me, Catfish, this is going back to 704. 704, you idiot. It's going to 704. Don't con these people into buying here at low 8s. It's going to 704, they said. 704. Don't con them. Don't lie to them all, they said to me. Oh yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Well, you know what, folks? I've absolutely had it with this. Um, I'm tired of waiting on my computer to come up with information. The time now is 3:19. I got 40 minutes left. I'm turning this whole freaking thing off. I'm pulling the plug. I'm tired of waiting on it. I'm tired of doing it. I'm closing both of these out. I can't see what you're saying. I close all of the pages. They're completely gone. I'm going to turn off this too. I'm done with it. I've had it. I'm going to shut everything down and restart my computer. I'm completely done. I've had it. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel. Baby pictures are all gone. Bye bye. Yep. All of it's gone. This is gone. Yes, I want to log off. Thank you. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Come up here, save this on my highs and lows, save it, and turn it off. Come up here, save this, and come up here, turn it off. Come up here, close out this, close out this, doop, close this. Goodbye. And let me make sure I have this one saved. Save this. Very good. And close it out. Everything has now been shut off. We're going to shut off this too. Close window. You are out of here. And now we are going to restart our computer and we're going to unplug our modem. So there goes our modem. Bye bye. 4 and it was going to gap down to 9. One, two, three. Thumbs up if you can hear me. So by going to 100, and I think the thing they do streams going at once, and it's pretty. My voice, I can hear my voice fine. Oh gosh, but what the? Oh, screen is plugged in. Here is the new one. Yes, I can tell this is a new one. So I'm going to say hi to that right there completely. Screen on now. That's here. I'm sorry. Hopefully that will come back. I'm to type rope. Show more. Resistance level. So this is building the base at 1094 because yesterday's or Friday's was 1080. And today it's for 1065, 1064. No one's afraid here. Looking good. If anybody sure that my camera is showing the right angle. Poor connection. Yeah, I can see that. I is not doing jack crap. So something's going on around here, and I don't. Yep, I'm sure that it's nothing I can do. I just again later today, but it's some how it is that I'm still streaming. I do not showing one bar on my phone. Yep. VPN reconnecting. Reconnect to USA. We're on, and let's see what happens. That's about anyway. Blue light flashing right there. I want to hear what trending stocks has to say. Cow. Last time SoFi stayed over $10 a share for more than 5 days. And I'm going to tell you when it was. It was December 2023, 28. There was a few days there over 10 and before 1170. So, folks, there's only been 2 times that SoFi has been over 10 to 445 and then 424. When it dropped to those prices on December the 7th of 2021, when SoFi cents, folks, I believe it was December 7th, 2021. I'm not positive. Let me go back here and see when it was. Oh, this only goes to 23. I'm pretty sure it was December 7th, 2021. Here we go. Their projected going forward was on a three, and I want to see actually right in line with our estimates for our fees. Sandbagging now on these guys again. And as I said to people, going to be breaking out one after the other. They're going to make another announcement, another merger, another partnership. It's changing. It's always motivated. Strategy. He's making a strategy. He's building an attack plan. And every time they drive the price down, he buys it like crazy. You know, he's made 57% on all of his millions of dollars he's invested in SoFi. He's made a gain of 57% because every time talking to me, how many people we got left. I lost a lot of people, internet and get cut off and phone call. It all started phone call around 1 o'clock, and that cut me off. That phone calls don't do jack crap. Bought 1092. Now they are selling 1089. Wow. Sofi, I see a 1095. Maybe I need to refresh my screen. Cat, I'm trying to find that code. Hold on. Don't worry, folks. This is nothing. Anything they're trying is an absolute desperation on SoFi. It's called splashing the close. They're splashing the close, folks. It'll go up to 11. It's going to go beyond 11 and even 12, folks. There's nothing they can do to hold this back. It is a triple upside crossover. More news will come out, and it will continue on its spiral upwards. It's not going to be pulled back into the 7s or the 8s ever again. It's never going back to the 9s, I promise you. You're never going to see it, folks. You're never going to get another chance to get it there. It isn't going to happen. It isn't going to happen. It's never going to go back there. There's no way in the world. And my viewpoint and by the options are saying 1050 is it. The 1050 is as low as it could ever go based on the lower end options resistance. And if it were to break below 1050, I'd tell you all to sell it too. If it were to go down below 1050, I'd tell you to sell it. But let me step in here now. Let me buy some of this. Let me see if I can buy some of this right here. There we go. And let's go over here and buy some SoFi. Buy it market. Send it in. It's after 4 o'clock. Darn. Boo. You did good. Don't worry, Capera. It's a freaking $10. I'm seeing 1091, 1092. You're fine. Capera, you've been with me since the price of SoFi was in the 8s, weren't you? You've been around a long time, so you should be pretty happy with where you were buying with me from the beginning, I think, where we are now. I'm sure. And I appreciate your help with the channel and all the donations you've made. You're very, 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 very kind to do that. And I appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see something here. Okay. Today, there were 35,988,000 shares purchased at this price, 1091. Ladies and gentlemen, this price is never going to go back to $10 or even 1050. Okay. That is the new bottom right there, folks. You're seeing it right there on your screen. I promise you, this thing is never going back. That is just not going to happen, folks. Wow. I want to see if I see any sell orders here. 2 orders for sell at 1166. 2 orders for sell at 1166. I'm telling you, folks, there is virtually no resistance from where we are to where we're going. This is just insane, folks. I mean, it's just insane, literally insane that how fast this is going to run up here, up to this number. Folks, go. Let me just do something here. Let me just do a little here. Let's do a little comparison, okay? Just for kicks. All right, let's look at NVIDIA, okay? Okay, now I've gone up here and I've entered in NVIDIA. So do you see all these sell orders up here? I mean, there are some sell orders up here quite a bit higher than where we are. 136.40, 136.24, 136.20, 136.10, 136.3. These are up here ways. There's nothing up above SoFi, folks. That wasn't a real good example. I've seen some other examples of numbers way higher. People are trying to sell limit orders way higher. That wasn't really a great one, but it's still, folks. It tells this tale of SoFi has been a tale of manipulation from day one. Everyone, it sure has. That's right. This stock has been manipulated from day one, and now that's all backfiring on these shorters. Now they don't know what to do. The price has gone from $6 to 11. None of them expected it. None of them saw it coming. They got totally blindsided by it. And that's not all, folks. There's going to be more news that's coming out about SoFi here. More. Cashing SoFi, we make money off it every day. We sell it at the high every day. Today, we sold it at the 06, 07, and 08 were the numbers we had sell orders on it today. And we buy it back lower every day. Does anyone else have a super small screen surrounded with a black box? Well, I'm looking at my screen. I've got it on here right here, and this is what I'm looking at. It's a full screen. I'm monitoring my stream here, and I see that full screen right there. I see everybody over here on this thing here. You know what? When someone asks me a question like you just asked me, Kevin, is there a chance we hit 12 by 11:15? That means they're leaking options. And I don't like to guide on that. I don't make any guarantees or any estimates. I just play the stock every day. I know when they get it to the low and I buy it there. And then I know when they're going to take it where the high is and I sell it there every day. I know I'm going to sell it SoFi's high every day and SoFi's low every day. I'm going to buy it because I know how much they manipulate this on basic amounts of volume. And today, you should have known there would be a minimum 40-cent swing on today's volume. Cat, it is black on the sides, making my screen smaller. You can see it on your screen? Um, Usually it's black on both sides of the screen in videotaping in this up and down format because this is the only format you can stream on that puts you out into the shorts field. If you try to stream it sideways and you don't have the black bars on each side, then you're not going to be on the. See how it looks different? I'm going to show you something, folks. If I try to take this camera right now and I try to turn it sideways to show you a full screen, it will cut off the screen and say, I'm sorry, we do not allow streaming in that format. It just flashed right there. What's it saying? It says, orientation is locked. It says, orientation is locked. Please turn back. So when you're streaming using this format, you get the lines on each side of the screen because it won't allow you to see the full screen. And I see the two boxes on each side. I'm not sure why that's doing that. That I guess that wasn't happening before. Oh yeah, I think I found that custom volume code. Let me know if you want me to share it. So did you import it, Brian? And did you already put it in and you see the same candlesticks with those little outside and inside? You got that? Just yes. And yes, I'd love you to share that with me. Tomorrow it will go back to normal, I'm sure. Earlier it was good and every day it's good. So I'm sure it will look better tomorrow. Yep. Uh, Not yet. It's on a YouTube video. Yeah. Yep. And you can tell by the responses on the video, if you read the comments down below, you can tell which ones are really good, viable code to put in. And so, do you know how to go about importing it? Because there's also a video on YouTube that I discovered because I realized, oh my gosh, I could import this code if I knew how to do it. So I did a search on a YouTube video for how to import code, and that showed me how to put in a certain thing. And I went, okay, that study went in pretty cool. And so I see how to put the code in. So I went over and found the code, and then I dropped it in. It seems like I went up to this one of these control bars up here to drop that code in, but I don't remember how I did it, to be honest with you. I don't remember how I did it. I watched a video. Susan H sent me the video, and the guy showed how to bring that code over, copy it, and paste it into Thinkorswim. But you could do just as a video on Thinkorswim, pasting code, and I'm sure that some you could figure it out. It's not going to be that hard. I figured it out. I figured it out. You can hit studies, then edit study is one way. Yep, yep. And then when you got to that edit study, you had to just delete what was ever there in that field, just delete it off, and then just import. Uh, Let me see if I can figure out how to do it right here. Studies, edit studies. And as I remember, um, I downloaded, it seems like, this thing that I created, and it showed up over here as a somehow it got here it is right here down below this right here right there import, and then somehow in here I believe is how I imported it. But again, there are videos on YouTube on how to add and put the code in there. And the code will be done if you're going to do like volume, like this right here says volume. If you're going to put that code in there, you could go over to the tool, like let's just say this RSI code. And let me do instead of that, let's go over here and put in moving average. Let's go LM MACD money flow. Okay. Moving average exponential. That's it. Moving average exponential. If you click on that, you'll add another moving average exponential here. And then on this right here, you can add by using this tool right here. You'd come over to this tool, boom, and then you're going to come somehow into this inputs and options, thermo mode. Golly, I can't remember it. I cannot remember how to do it, my friend. I just can't do it. I can't remember how to do it. I wish I could, but it seemed like that was the way to do it right there somehow. Uh, import. Nope. Well, zoom out, cat. Anyway, I thought I could show you how to put that in down there. But I know one thing, when I put it in, I moved it down here to this lower part. I put it in the lower field right there. And then I was able to, let me click on this arrow. Nope. Man. Ah. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it, man. You'll have to look it up. It's been too long since I created it. I have to get rid of that. Okay. Okay. You're done. And this, ladies and gentlemen, right here is what you call a desperate act to splash a close by the shorts. It's the desperation move. This is what you start to see them to resort to. Attacking also on low volume after hours. They'll try that. They'll really try anything. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to push this down to 1050 again to try to get out completely before they push it on up to 13. So they got to try and do that, folks. They're so buried right now. They're so down. They've lost so much money. There's so many people talking about all the attributes of this company, and they're doing so well. There's just nothing they can do to hold it back. Every drop of this stock price is superficial and artificially created, and it always has been. Yep, we're still buying low and selling high every day. Yep. Brian says it's all good. I'll figure it out. Yep. You'll stumble on the right video that will show you what you need to do uh to import it. I promise you. I was diligent enough to find it again, and I should have been smart, and I should have copied it into a file, into my Sofi info file. I should have copied it in there. I should have copied the code in there. Doggone it. But I didn't do that. Yep. I didn't do it. Well, 416. Let's go over here and be surprised, everyone, and shocked that SoFi went down today a whole 13 cents, people. 13 cents. What an accomplishment from get it from 641 where they tried to hold it down 13 cents today. Very nicely done. 13 cents. What a freaking joke. This price was at 641, Shorty. You held it there so well for so long. This is laughing. This is laughable. The thumbnail I used on you, both thumbnails I used for the shorts today were perfect, really. They don't know what they're doing. They're out of their minds, people. They don't know what they're doing. I wish I had more money to put in this stock since there's still shorters around. Yep. While there are still shorters around. While there are still shorters around, it would be good to be able to buy more and more and more while there are still shorters around. I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, you can certainly tell from this chart right here, folks. I'm telling you, when we're going to see them continually try to bring SoFi back to this 10-day average, and it's going to bounce up, and then they're going to try to bring it back to the 10-day average, and it's going to bounce up, and they're going to bring it back to the 10-day average, and then it's going to bounce up, and then they're going to bring it back to the 10-day average, and it's going to bounce up, and they're going to bring it back to the 10-day average. Why? Because of this down here, folks. It's called a triple upside crossover. And look at the 45, which has never looked back. Look at the 50-day, never looking back. Look at the 200-day, and you should very carefully look at these lines, which I'm about to draw for you right here and right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see that the first time Sofi tried to go under was there. Over. The second time, it was there. And the third time, there was a line here. Come on, draw me a line. It made my first line for me. It doesn't want to make another line for me. Maybe we got to come over here and choose this kind of line instead. But every line of resistance now has been just higher and higher and higher. Goodness gracious. I used to know how to do this, but now it seems like it's making it difficult on me. But at any rate, you can clearly see every line on here, and then here, and here, and then every line has been higher and higher and higher on the lows. This thing is freaking out of here, folks. This stock is freaking out of here, man. They don't have a freaking prayer on stopping this thing. They can't stop it, folks. It's out of here, folks. I'm telling you, this freaking stock is out of here. They cannot stop it. They're not going to stop it, folks. I can promise you, they aren't going to stop this thing. It's going to keep rising off every 10-day push to the 10-day. It's going to go higher. Every single one of them, folks. It says horizontal line right there, and I'm trying like heck to get it for you so you can see every point where there's nothing they can do. Why won't it do it? There it is. I mean, folks, these lines that I'm putting in here, it just won't do it. This thing stinks. This is Yahoo for you, folks, though. This is how they operate. Whatever. They're there. You know they're there. The lines are there. It's very visible. And every time they bring this down to the 10-day moving average, it's going to bounce off of it. Every time. Look at it right there. That didn't last long, folks. That didn't sure last long. What was that number? 1086. Oh my gosh. Folks, this number right here, this is the short leave number. We're going to 86 this stock is the term they use exactly. It's called 86ing the stock. All right. That's what it's called. It's called 86ing the stock. That means they're going to leave their shorted position of it. What a coincidence that line right there would fall in there at 86. That line that they dropped it down to is where they 86 the stock right there today. They decided to get out today. And if you've never heard that term before, it's what it means is getting out. 86 it. We're going to end it right now. We're ending it today. And I believe they just did right then. They got out right here and started accumulating right here from here at 1084, 1064 today. That's where they got out and started accumulating. But in the end of the day, they 86 this stock right there. And that's why it's rising now, because they 86'd it right there. They 86'd it. I know what I'm talking about, folks. There's no coincidence to that drop to that number right there. They did that because they wanted to 86 it. Kill it, basically, is the term. Kill the stock, 86 it right there. But they couldn't, could they? Look at it there, 1091, 5 cents higher right before the close at 359. But they tried to kill it with a 1086, folks. They tried. Well, desperate shorts will do stupid stuff to try to show themselves as capable of still controlling things, and they like to do it on their own behalf because it makes them feel still like they have some sort of control and power, even though they no longer have any. And if they did, folks, the SoFi's price would not be hanging out here over 10 days for 15, 16 days over $10. It wouldn't. See, this stock has never done this, folks. This is what I'm here to prove to you. Now we're seeing 1 day over 10, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it jumps to 11. More institutions say, okay, this is different. This is different, they say. They go back in time and they take a look at every time SoFi went over $10, and all they saw was the same thing. It would go over $10 for 3 days, and that would be the end of it. And the last time they did it was December 27th, 28th, 29th. And prior to that, the time they did it was in July 31st, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd. There was 5 days over $10, but that was all. And then here in December, the only way it could stay over 10 was 3 days, but that was all. And then after that, folks, it dropped and dropped and dropped to 601 a share. And look at it now. Look at it now. 1 day over 10, 2 days over 10, three. And look at the jump from 907, folks. This is when you're a shorter and you go, we got to get out of this thing. October the 11th, 907 was the price. Then boom, 1, 2 days over, 3, 4, 5. Well, that should be it. It should be back down to 9 now. And then down to 990, 988, 960, 920, 910, then down to 850, 840, 830. That's where we should be right now. If going along with history, that's where SoFi would normally be. Certainly not up here at a high of 1113, ladies and gentlemen. Not 11.8 and 1150. Not 1134 and then 1150 and then 1080 and then back to 1150 and then down to 1113. Wow. Folks, this is all new territory for SoFi right here. All brand new. We've never done this before, and I'm here to make sure you understand it. This used to be the old way. Get it over 10 for 1, 2 days and then drive it back down under and then under and then under and then it just fall from there, fall. That was what they've done to SoFi every time it went over 10 in the past. Over 3 days, then down to eights, down to sevens, down to sixes. This is different, folks. This is a whole new different ball game, folks, and they got caught off guard by it. They got no control over this thing. Returning shares every day, returning, shorted shares, returning. People trying to convince them it's okay to short SoFi. Here, take some shares. We'll pay you to take the shares. You got brokerages that are trying to pay people to short SoFi right now. That's right. You've got brokerages paying people to short this stock, trying to get them to short it. Come on, guys. Short this, please. Short it back down to 6. I'll buy it again. I've been selling it this morning at freaking 1105, 1106. 1107, and I sold it all the way up. It says right there 1113. What do you know? Well, hell, that number's on my sell sheet, everybody. Automatically to sell at that number. Thousands of shares, not just little bits at that number. Thousands. So here we go. Nice. Make a 40-cent swing today on the stock with the 10% of my account and just sit back and wait till this thing goes up to 1229 where those guys get to convert all their convertible shares, and they're going to. It's all coming. They're going to take this to 1229, folks. It's just they're $1.30 away from it right now. They can easily get it there. If they can make the price go from 445 a share last year in May, in 1 month from 445 to 1023, I promise you they can make this go up $1 now, $1.20. I know they can. I know they're very capable, and I know they will. It's just going to do it in their method and the way they want to. Run it up, shake out the retail, run it up, shake out retail, run it up, shake out retail. Then it's 1229. Then the people get to convert all those notes that they got into shares for $9.45 each. and then they're going to run it up and then pull it down a little and run it up, and it's going to hit 14.54. And everyone that got the convertible notes for $7.27 will have doubled their money. And that's what's going to happen, folks, with SoFi stock. And there's no time limitation. They can take as long as they want to get it to 12.29 and 14.54. But something tells me they don't want to wait that long. And why should they? The next earnings call, and after that one, they may move over into the S&P 500. And when SoFi moves over to the S&P 500, they're going to go up more than anybody would have ever guessed. Because when they move into the S&P 500, part of the rules are everyone in the S&P 500 who's in that index buys the stock. That's what happens. That's how it works. When they move from this index of the Russell's top elite, they're in the Russell 1000 now. And in case you didn't know that, the Russell 1000 is where about, I believe, 80% of the money in the Russell index is in the top 1000. I believe it's around 80% of the money that's the value of the Russell index is in the Russell 1000, where SoFi is. It's an elite group in the Russell. We're not in the Russell 3000, or we're not in the Russell 2000. We are in the Russell 1000 index. It's where most of the money in the Russell sits. And SoFi happens to be sitting there and getting ready to poised to move over into the and look what happened to PLTR. I mean, folks, SoFi is going to move over into the S&P 500. I guarantee you that Anthony Noto is going to push this company over into the S&P 500. There's no way they're going to stop that from happening. They're just making too much revenue and growth, and it's just too good of a picture. It's too good of a business model. It's too successful. So to this point, it's going to continue to be, because it's digital. And it's not costing us all this brick and mortar and all these buildings and parking lots and insurance, and all that expense is just gone. We don't have any of that. SoFi is just pure money making machine, digital, just digital, 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 growing the digital space, thriving like a new virus in a petri dish, getting ready to break out. It's just getting started too, folks. This triple upside crossover on this chart just started. Of course, they're going to push the price down to the 10-day moving to buy more of it today. Don't worry. This is how they work it. They run it down to the 10-day. Then it goes up. Then they run it down to the 10 again. Goes up here. They run it down to the 10-day. It goes up here. Run it down to the 10. This is what happens on a triple upside crossover formation, folks. This is exactly what's supposed to be happening. And look at the 45 and 50-day, folks. They're not even approaching anything like driving it down to that number right there. It's not even close. It's bouncing off the 10 like it should do when it's healthy. It's not running back down here to bounce a 879. No, sir. Not in the cards, folks. Not against this volume, not against this kind of interest. It isn't going to happen. And I want to see what the volume was today. Over 40 million again today. Yep. I called it. I told you we were going to see 41 million by the end of the day. 41 million was my call for the end of the day. I called that at what, 11 o'clock this morning? Yeah. I saw where the volume was identical to what it was. And I said, it's going to be the same. 41 million is what I told you. This morning's stream. 40-cent swing for tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. As long as there's a 40 million shares, it's going to be 40 to 50-cent swing. We already know this. We know it every day. We can expect it every day. And for those of you, in case you didn't know, I already told people here starting weeks back that a year ago, I traded between 1120 and 1088 5 times in 1 week. I sold it around 1113. I bought it back at 1088. The next day, I sold it at 1116. I bought it back the next day at 1088. Then I sold it the next day at 1120. And then I bought it back at 1084. And then I sold the stock at 11. I'm not kidding you, folks. I did this in a week 5 times from 1120 to 1088. Everybody watched me do it. And I'm not kidding you at all, folks. What I'm telling you is absolute the truth. Absolutely, you can go back and you can find it on the chart somewhere. I'm sure you can see it. If you go back and search this history, you'll find it. You'll have to go back a lot further than this time when it happened, though, because this thing only gives you a little bit of time. Yep, I can't even pick it up right here. I can't get back far enough to see it, but it's there, folks. Oh yeah, they hovered in between that 1120 and 1088 so many times, so many times. I mean, you can even see right here how many times they've already done it here. 1130, 1078. See that? 1134, 1089, 1131, 1102, 1150, 1146. What the heck? High 1150, low 1146. The hell? 1046. 1150 down to 1046 and closed at 1122. And look at that volume, 95 million shares. Wow. Man, they came at this thing out of the gate. It opened at 1047. What did they do on October the 30th? Oh my gosh, 1047, and they knocked it down 2 cents. And then this thing just rocketed on October 30th. Oh my goodness gracious. And today's low, 1113. After how many days of down now? One, two, three. Well, folks, I could show you a very, very similar pattern of that dropping down 3 days only before it continued to rise much higher. I could show you a pattern on that over and over and over. Oh, yeah. November 21st, folks, 641. 722 was the high right here. One, two, three, and bam, 641 right there. See that? 3 days. And then look where the price was, 720. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 days later, 720. Now look here, from 720, look how many days it dropped. Down to 710 in 1, 2, 3 days to 710. And then boom, boom, 825 and then 845 a share. Then how far did they drop it down from 845? 788, 2 days in a row, folks. See that? This is what they're doing with SoFi now. 786 for a low, 845. 788 for a low, 814. 788 for a low, 822. You see that? And now it's changed from 788 to 888, folks, and 988. And now it's 1088. All right. Man, my dog needs to get out. Hold on. Let's go. It's not time to eat by any means. Let's go. All right. Well, Like I said, it's not the same old SoFi anymore, folks. We're well over 10 and we're going to stay over 10. All right. We're not going back there again. 1088's just a little laugh for them. Yay, ha 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 ha. What happened to 641? It's long, long gone. Now we're at 1088. I'll take that for the new low any day of the week. I already know the resistance level is actually 1083. So now it's obviously at 1088. Wouldn't be surprised to see SoFi green in the after hours because we see this every day, 3 cents down in the early after hours. We're starting to see a very regular pattern of that. Very, very regular pattern of that. But I got news for you, folks. This shenanigans with SoFi is over. This pushing us around back down under 10 over and over and over. In my opinion, it's just not going to happen, folks. There's too many institutions that are coming in. Let's go see if they came in today on it. How many came in, might have come in today or recently. Yep, we got more. Two more came in today, up to 844. Yep, every one of them longs. Let's go down here and see how many of them came in here. Increasing their position by 5% is Arbor Investments. Increasing their position, Northwest Wealth Management increases by 2.04%. Let's see, State of Michigan Retirement System increases by, look at that, folks. State of Michigan Retirement System increases their value by 18.91%. And the one above them, Northwest, right there, Northwest Wealth Management, increased by 21.21%. Golly, folks, what is going on there? Carnegie Lake, look at this. MV Capital Management comes in and increases. What's the percentage? 309%. Wow. Holy smokes. What do these people know that David Chiavarini doesn't? What in the world? And I already showed you what was ARK Investments thinking selling at $9.96 a share back on June the 30th of last year. What was she thinking? Ugh. And she just sold again. Before a big run is coming, she sold again, folks. She just sold before a massive run on a killer triple upside crossover chart for SoFi. How crazy can you be? Well, I can tell you one thing. That right there is not a bad looking 1 month chart for SoFi. I can tell you that. What do you want? You want something? I know this smells delicious in here, but it's not time to eat. It's not even close. It's only 4:41. Not even close to time. You can't have anything yet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've already voted. And if you haven't, you better get your butt in there tomorrow and vote. Changing my mindset and leaving them to their own devices. Well, I'm done holding hands trying to guide folks towards a blessing in this tank. Bada boom on PLTR. Yeah. What's up, Catfish? Heirloom Cedar. Tomorrow's a huge catalyst, up or down. Watching for the market with the news on for sure. Oh, yeah, man. We're going to, hopefully, we will not see them tell us it's too late at 11 o'clock for us to stay up as an adults. I hope that we do not hear them tell us that we're just going to let you know who won tomorrow. That is all I can tell you. I hope to God and I pray that we have an answer. And if we don't, I hope that we'll delay it and stop counting tonight at 1:30 in the morning. If they pull the old 10:30 yawning in time to pull the plug on the whole telecast across the nation at 11 o'clock, I'm not going to be very happy. And I don't think many Americans will either. We need to be told to the end of the day, we need to know who won. And I'm of the belief it's going to be such a massive landslide that there will not be a chance for any deliberation or counting every vote. That is what I think we're going to see. Such a massive number of votes come in that there would have to be 500 million for them to, you know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I mean, what are you going to do if there's so many votes that you would have to make the total vote count more than the population is to for the, oh boy, that would be a real pickle. That's something you're not going to get out of, folks. So everybody's just going to flood the voting stations tomorrow and get in there and make sure you did. Make sure you do it, folks. Yep, tomorrow is a huge day. And ladies and gentlemen, and if you would be wise enough to please do this and go over to this, and you will find out that today this stock went up 12.3%. 12.3%. All right. Did somebody get the orange juice futures already? Huh? Did somebody already get the orange juice futures? Any of you people who may have seen a movie from back in the 80s called Trading Places, Dan Aykroyd and oh, you know his name, famous comedian. Anyway, Wesley Snipes. No, not Wesley Snipes. No, 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 no. I got the name wrong. You guys know who I'm talking about. Oh well, when you get old like me, you forget such silly little things. There's about 340 million people in the U.S. If the total vote count is more than that, something don't. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. So I'd say everybody just get out there and just absolutely just vote. Everyone, 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 everyone. Eddie Murphy, thank you very much. Yes, Eddie Murphy. So this is the question I have looking at DJT today. Did somebody get the orange juice futures in the parking lot in the upper level? Uh-huh. In the darkness and the shadows, did they get a little insider tip about tomorrow? I don't know. I just like to throw it out for wacky speculation, everyone. Could be completely wrong, but it's a little bit suspicious. And let's go see, just for kicks. I'm curious about this. I have no idea, so I'm going to find out right now. Google, can you bet on the outcome of an election for president? Question mark. Betting on politics. This is where the odds stand in the presidential race. I'm not going to trust them. I want to find something a little less. Americans bet millions on the presidential race. You can now bet on the presidential election. Trading app Robinhood is the latest platform to allow traders to also bet on the election. Alexa, what is Robinhood's odds for the election for the president?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Oh my, I bet you don't. Says here 4 hours ago from the Berkshire Eagle, betting on elections comes of age. The Commodities Futures Trading Commission had fought against betting on the U.S. elections because of its potential to undermine confidence. Huh. Not that they would show the overall public's thoughts on who was going to win or not, but just undermine confidence. Okay. All right. Americans bet millions on the presidential race. On the Super Bowl, they bet 23.1 billion. On March Madness, 2.7 billion. The World Cup, 1.8 billion, and the presidential election, 123 million. Most bettors on Kalshi expect former President Trump to win. Uh-oh. Look out. Kalshi Robinhood offer presidential election markets. Election betting was cleared by a U.S. appeals court earlier this month, allowing Kalshi to offer markets on the presidential race. There are now 2 election-rated betting contests legally trading on events-based marketplace Kalshi. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been wagered on this year's U.S. election, but all of those bets were made in a legal gray area, one that seems to have just become a lot more clear. Yep. Says here that it is a win for Kalshi and for all CFTC regulated derivatives markets that want to pursue responsible innovation of the rule of law. Well, so I'm going to go up here now to Kalshi betting odds. Copy. Google. Search Kalshi paste. Kalshi bet presidential election 2024. Why not? Why not search it? Up, not 2020, 30, 2034, 2024, 2024. Oh, gosh, Tyler. 2024. There we go. Boom. Trump's lead over Harris in betting market. Yep. Betting on presidential election is legal. Kalshi bet on the election. What do you think? 9 hours ago, 8 hours ago, bet on the election day, 8 hours ago. Kalshi events, Kalshi trade on U.S. election. I'm on Kalshi.com, ladies and gentlemen. We're diving in. We're going in for those that are interested. What's up? I'm sorry, Fish. I've done breaking the rules, sir. Finally back in the comfort of trading spaces. Always good to be home. Hey, JP. Poles are with sprinkles on top. Trading Places. I love that movie. Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. These are the current odds. And folks, right there is a pretty telltale sign of why DJT stock went up today, one would guess. Robinhood has hair at 44 and Trump at 57. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of very difficult to argue against that, isn't it? Wow. Well, I'm going to ride the white horse, folks. Okay. Yeah. If you want to ride, come ride the orange horse. The truth is 90% versus 10%. I think some 2020 magic will happen. Maurice Martin. Yep. I think there might be a little 2020 relapse too, but this will be a little more difficult because we don't have the COVID assisting along in the whole thing. COVID's not part of the equation. I was kept thinking they might try another outbreak, and that didn't come to fruition, thank God. And so it gets a little bit more complicated, and apparently, I don't know what's going on, but I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling about the results, and all I can say is I hope that they don't cut the broadcast off at uh, at 10:30 and telling us it's too late for us to stay up and watch anymore. It's past our little bedtime, and we can't stay up late and see who won. We'll tell you in the morning. If that happens, we're screwed. Yep. Barricades and National Guard deployed in DC. Oh boy, heirloom cedar, really? Oh yeah. Yep, yep, yep. That's right. No nomination, just a walk through the door. Well, this is the only way they can have it happen, folks. It has to be finagled. It can't be legit. It has to be, via this avenue. That this is the way of the world that we know today. There is no earning it. There is no experience required. Everybody keeps talking about all the changes, but why have those changes already been made over the last 4 years? There won't be any changes because there haven't been any changes for the good for 4 years. So what? Why? Someone asked her what she would change. Looking back, says I can't think of a single thing, and I was involved in all the critical decisions. Oh gosh. Yep. Wish you could. Well, JP Panic, we are glad you're home. I got a notification from US Postal Service that they're holding one of my packages in Canada because it had the wrong zip code. I hope that wasn't something we sent to you. And I thought to me it looked like a scam because I see those kind of scams all the time. Hey, you guys, take a look at SoFi over the last month. It's up freaking 40%, folks. The shorters have now lost on over $1.3 billion. They've lost 40% over the last month. And folks, over the last year, they've lost 36%. If you go to the 5 year, they're still got a slight advantage. But look at the 1 year chart. Look at the 3 month chart, up that much, folks. 64% on SoFi. So congratulations, everyone. Because I know a lot of you have been here for 6 months with me. I know that for sure. Yep, it is a wild era we live in now. Sure enough is. Yep, yep. Wish you could, not should. Yeah, wish you could, not should. That's right. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I am very pleased that we've had this time together today. I'm so glad we've had this time together just to laugh at all the shorts so screwed. Seems we just got started and the show is over. And I have to say bye to all of you. Yes, yes, indeed. From New Jersey or something left. Seafood. Yep. So, hey, congratulations, everyone, to your prosperity over the last 3 months investing with SoFi and making a 64% gain and also day trading it all the way up as it did that, buying it each day on the low and selling it each day on the high. We've made probably 100% gain on this stock, if not more, over the last 3 months because of doing that. Yep. Yep. And if you think the shorts are in control, why is the price not at 641 right now? That's all I have to ask you. If you think the shorts are in control, let me show you how the shorts used to have control of SoFi. Every time SoFi from way back in 2022 would go over $10, it always got driven back. This is the history of the stock. Take it over $10, it stays there 3 4 days and then it's back down. Take it over $10, it stays there for 3 or 4 days and then it's back down. See back here in July on the July 31st earnings, it went over $10. 1 2 3 4 5 days done. 1 2 3 days in December of the end of 2023. 1 2 3 days done. Then up here recently, a total change. A total change in SoFi now. It's gotten to $10 and it's stayed over $10 now. And I want you to take note from the day it broke over, the freaking price on October 11th was doggone 907. And then wham, 1 day over, 2 days over, 3 days, four, five, and then a pullback? No. Six and then a drop? No. Seven and then a pullback? No. Eight and a drop? No. Nine, 10, 11, it broke 11, 12, and back over 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. Folks, this is all over for the shorts. There's no freaking way this price is going back down here in the nines. No way, folks. It was just 783 and now jumped to 9 and then jumps to 11 and now it's going to jump to 12. Oh, I promise you. See this number that they're showing for the high, it's not a real number. High was 1199, people. High was 1199. They're not showing you that on Yahoo's charts. The high was 1199 in a pre-market. All right, folks. Go to settings in the top right and hit add shared item and put that in and hit import. Ah, yep. Yep, 12 is coming. You're right, 12's coming. You're right, 12 is coming. Kemosabe. You're dang right, $12 is coming. Because off of this high right here, of which was really 1199 was the high. This day here, I believe it was 11.99 was the high in pre-market. It may have been this day, but I know the high was 11.99 because I sold it there. Yep, I had a filled sell order at 11.99 that day. Thank you for telling me, Jay Martinez. SPPL. I'll watch it tomorrow. I would not buy it today, though. But I'll write it down right here. Now, folks, I'm going to be leaving here pretty soon. I'm going to be gone for a week down to Florida. Monday, we're going to put down here Tuesday. All right. I'm going to be gone for a week down to Florida. We'll be broadcasting trading on the road like we do all the time. So Tuesday, 9-5 buy. And what's that stock called? SPPL. SPPL. And thank you for telling me about that, Jay Martinez. Jay Martinez. I appreciate that. We'll be watching it tomorrow. SPPL. Thank you. And just to get a brief, quick look at it, SPPL. And that DJT is just keeps on rising. What's the news? Nine days ago news? Wow. Up 300%. Up 300% total with the after hours plus the days 268. High of 155. And I would sell it there. I would definitely get out at 155, folks. I would get out at 155. I'd get out at 156. I would get out of this thing right now. I would definitely get out at 155 and 156 and 161. And I'd put sell orders in at 164, 65, 66, 67, 68, and 169. I would sell at all those numbers and be happy to get out. 155 is the stop number, folks. I'm telling you, you should sell here at 154 and 155 and buy back at 147 after you do. You're all going to see it happen. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but I'm telling you, you should sell at 154 and 155. It's on my sheet. And you'll buy back at 146, or usually 144 or 147, 48, 49. But 155 is the number you got to get out, folks. Just listen. You'll see it. You'll watch it happen right in front of your eyes. You'll see what I'm saying. It's on my sheet, folks. These two numbers, 154 and 155, they're on my sheet to sell there. Because that's a lovely number for them to stop this at and drop it back down to 151 to 149, 148. And they will. You'll see them do it, or at least they'll try. There you go. Here comes your buy-in. Now, if you want to put a buy order in at 149 right now, yeah, but don't do it at 155, folks. And you can see why now. Look at that. You just could have got 151. I told you. Do not buy at 155 ever. Always sell 154, 155, folks, if you can on a run up. Especially if it's up this much. It's up a lot. This thing's up 300%. So there you go. You just bore witness to it. It went right back down to 151 after it was at 155, and I told you it would. Yep, called it. Absolutely called that. I've been around some, and I have discovered. What stock is that? As SPPL. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your next sell orders in after just selling at 155 and buying back at 151. Now I want you to come in and put your sell order at 161. 161 right now. And after that, I want you to put a sell order in at 166, or before that, 164. Here comes your 161 sell right now. And then you can get it back at 155, 156 from 161. All right. See if I'm right here. Okay. See if I'm right. And sometimes it almost seems as though they're actually listening to me when I start to call out these numbers, and they'll stop at 1 penny below where I told you to sell it. But I still think you should sell that 161 with a buyback at 155 to 156 after you sell at 161 here. And then it'll run past 161, and you should have sellers at 164, 165, all the way up to 169 and 170. Because once they stop it at 170, it's coming back down to 161 to 163. So here comes your 160 again, and then your 161, and it'll gap up pretty quickly, I believe, because they're gapping it down, and there it is. From 160, they took it down to 155. So they were 1 penny away from where I told you to sell it at 161. And I apologize if you were putting a sell order in it at 161. You missed it by a penny. But I know where they're going to take it. And the next number is going to be up over 161. And then it's going to go all the way up to 164, where they'll pull it back to 161. And then it'll go to 165, 66. And then they'll sell it down to 161 again. And then it'll go up to 69 and 70. And so that's what you're going to witness happen right now, folks. I promise you. Here comes the 161 in your lap. 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition and 161. Cha-ching. Ring the bell. There's your 161 sell coming right now. There it is. 161. Congratulations. Next sell is going to be at 160. Your buyback will be at 157 from there. Right now, 157. Put it in. There you go. You got a 156 even. From the 161, you got the 156 even. Congratulations. Yep, you gifted, Cat. Yep, here it comes, folks. Now watch it run to 164, and watch how fast it will gap up from 156 to 164. Watch the gap now run to 164, folks. Here it comes. Get ready for it. See, I know, isn't it crazy to call out these numbers like this, and then they just sit there and they just fall out of my mouth, and they land on the screen for you to watch. I've been doing this a long time, people. A long, 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 long time. I've watched how they operate. I see what they do. Watch how fast this now jumps up to 164, folks. Watch it. 164 is coming. You're going to see it in less than 2 minutes. $164 is coming. You're going to see it in less than 2 minutes. Or maybe in less than 20 seconds, folks. I don't know. It's going there. Here it comes. There it is. Here it is. Congratulations. You're going to hit 164 now. Did you see him do 163.97 right there? It's still going to hit 164 here right now. And you should be selling at 164 with a buyback at 159 afterwards. Okay. And then after that, then it's going to go sell. You should be selling at 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, and 170. You should have sell orders in at all of those numbers because they're about to start getting filled too. So here we go. Here comes your 164 first, and it's coming quickly. It won't be long. Within 30 seconds, you'll hit the 164. It's coming, folks. I promise you. There's a gap there. It just got it created from 16347 or whatever that was to 160. There's a gap now. It'll go back to it. Yep. $9.4 million after hour volume. Yep. Oh yeah, it's got a lot to stay in it. It's going to go to 164. It's going to jump up to it. And folks, it's going to leap to 164 right now. Here it goes right now. In 3 seconds. Two, one, zero, ignition, 164. Here it comes. There it is. Congratulations, everyone. You just got out at 165 and now maybe 166. Put your buy orders in at 159 now, 161 and 159. Put your buy orders in. There's 167. You just filled at 168. Now, hopefully, 170. You got it. And now put your buy order in at 163. Put your buy order in now at 163 right now. Look at that thing drop from the 170 to 165. Put a buy order in 163, folks. It's going there. 163, 164 after the 170. Always, you almost always get a 163, 164 after the 170. Oh my goodness. And I absolutely called that right there. Smack dab on the 170, didn't I? I told you to have sell orders at 166, 67, 68, 69, and 170. And now your buyback order should go in at 163. Put a buy order 163, 164 right now. They're going to stop this at one number or another. And the next one is going to be 176, 177. Ladies and gentlemen, put your sell order in now at 176 and 177. Put your sell order in at 176 and 177. Yep. Oh, yeah. You better have them there. I'm telling you. 176 and 177. Sometimes I'll sell at 173 too. There it is. Boom. Now put your buy order in at 166, folks. 166 right now. Put it in at 155, even 156. I'm serious. Put in 155 and 156, and then put in 166 and 167 right now. Yep. Put in 155, 156, and put in 166 and 167. Put those buy orders in right now, folks. 155, 156, 166, 167. All right. That's my suggestion because after 177, folks, and if they don't take it back to that, then don't sell this till it hits $1.99. If you don't see them pull this back from 177, 178 to 176 right now, don't sell any of this. Maybe sell a little bit at 188, but after that, it's going to go to 199 if they can't pull it back now. If they can't pull this back from 176 to 171 or 166, folks, it's going to go to $2, and that this thing's gone, man. This thing looks very strong. SPPL. Yep. If they can't even pull it back, folks. It's gone, and it's going to go to 193 is where my next sell order would be. I don't believe they could even stop it at 188 because they couldn't pull it down at 176 at all. So I don't see how they're going to stop it at 188 either. I mean, they very well could because that's the number they love to stop it at 188. PLTR, baby. Woo, let's get it. All right. Whoa, sorry about that, folks. Didn't mean to be earth shattering. PLTR. Let's go look at it. Show me the money, baby. Woohoo! Oh, yeah. You guys remember how I kept telling you, Sofi, that PLTR was going to break over $40 one day? It stayed in the 30s, and I kept telling you, this thing's going over 40. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boom. And watch SoFi now. Watch SoFi catapult with it. Watch it springboard. Forget about this 1088, shorty. We're right in PLTR's footsteps here. This stock SoFi is. We're following right along in its footsteps now. We're doing perfect, folks. Nice. Very nice. Yep. It's about to break 50. Nice. Folks, PLTR will help carry the market, I believe. It's in the wrestle too, folks. This is going to help. I believe it's going to help. And boy, you know for a fact when they drive down when the Russell is green and they shove SoFi down 1%, folks, they are in major trouble. They can only get it down 1%. Folks, you don't know. When I used to own this stock, they used to bring this thing down on a Friday 8% or 10% sometimes. Every time they would drop it, I would buy it. When they would drop it 8% or 10%, I would buy it. But they used to be able to do it with regularity, folks. They could make SoFi drop 8 or 10% any day they wanted to. They would do it. But this is different, folks. I'm telling you, this is an all new SoFi we're looking at. And this history of these numbers proves it. We could never stay over 10 before, but now we've been over 10 for 16 days, folks. We could never break this 10 number. And now we're one day over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days. And we're over 11. Forget about the tens. We're over 11, folks. Forget about this measly little pullback today to 10.89. We're still well over $10 for the 17th day. We used to never stay over 10 for 3 or 4 days ever. We never could do it. And I can show you the history of it and prove it. Last time it happened was July the 31st, and it happened on a earnings call July the 31st when SoFi hit 1170. And on that stretch, it was over $10 for 5 days. And then the next time SoFi, and I can show you because I have it all documented here on a piece of paper. It was July 31st, and we hit 1170, and we were there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And that was the end of it. Back here in March before in 2022, we would go over 10 and then they'd close us under 10 every time. Every day we went over 10. They'd manipulate it down using this kind of volume right here, folks. Every day we went over 10. They could always make it close underneath. This is a different SoFi now. This is not the SoFi of last year in July when it was only over 10 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Or right here when it was in December of this last year, 2023, just 1, 2, 3 days over 10 and driven back down to 601. This is different, folks. Since October 14th, this is a huge difference since October 14th. This is a different SoFi, folks. Since October the 14th, this day right here, since that day, SoFi changed. The day before low, 907, 876, 866. You can 86 the 66, shorty, right there. You can 86 the 66 right there. Because after that, it went up 10, then it went up 30, then it went up $1. And that was the end of it for them. After that, there's no more just 3 days in a row over 10 or just 5 days total. This thing's gone, people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 freaking days. 16 days. Beautiful. I told you it was coming, folks. I told you there'd be a day when we went over 10 and we never looked back. And we got the cool part of it is, everyone, we got pictures of that when it happened. I'll be watching SPL Robotics for a big pull out shakedown in the morning at 9:30, right at 9:30, and I'll get a chance to buy it when they drive it down. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. And this SoFi here, folks, at 10.89, you got to love it, folks. Price was $6. Price is up over the last 3 months incredibly, folks. You got to love this stock. You got to love this stock now that is just rising higher and higher and higher. I mean, folks, this is getting to be embarrassing for these shorters. Very, very embarrassing for these shorts. And you have to ask yourself this question: what have the shorts been thinking? What were they thinking to short this stock in the sixes? What could they possibly have been thinking about to short this stock in the sixes? Huh? I have no idea. Okay, everybody, that was my mother calling. So I am going to say farewell. She's calling to find out about our trip coming down to Florida to visit her. So I've got to go now. I will see you guys tomorrow morning briefly. I'll be on for just about an hour or two tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to shut this down and I'm headed for Florida, everybody. I'm going to Florida. So, guys, I don't know exactly how long I'll go tomorrow. It depends on the schedule. But I want to thank you all for being here with me today. I appreciate it very much. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for taking my insight and doing with it or whatever you do with it. We're at 16,908 subscribers, and that's pretty cool right there. We're going to 17,000 soon enough. So thank you all for whoever contributed today to put me over 1,000 on my goal tomorrow. And we keep at it, folks. We're going to keep on prospering on this channel, buying on the lows, selling on the highs every single day. And I see now that we have had 16,910 subscribers. So thank you if someone else just got through subscribing just then. I appreciate it. So I'm going to say farewell to you now. I hope you have great happiness. I'm on my way to Florida, folks. I get a vacation. SBPL tomorrow. We'll watch it at 9:30. Yep, I'll be here in the morning. I'll come on. I might even come on a little early tomorrow since I'm going to cut out of here. But I'm going to miss you guys, man. And we'll hope you have a great night tonight. I'll be up here tomorrow morning as always. Same cat time, same cat station. 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. All right. And again, much happiness to all of you. I want to thank you for being here. I calling me. Everybody's calling me from Florida trying to find out where I am and when I'm leaving and when I'm going to get there. And everybody's calling me. So I got to go. We'll talk to you guys later. I cannot. It's my best friend Dave calling in now. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Yep. Get some oranges. Oh yeah, my father is the orange man of Florida. My stepfather owns more citrus nurseries than anyone in the state of Florida that I know of, and so yeah, he's totally into citrus and oranges, grapefruit, you name it. He's going to save the orange industry in the United States. My stepfather is going to save the orange industry from a disease called greening, and he has the cure for it. He's been doing a lot of research and studies, and I can't go too far into it, but my stepfather has the cure for greening, and it's killing all the citrus trees in Florida, and it's killing banana trees all around the world. Banana trees are dropping, losing fruit production, everything because of this greening. And my stepfather's got the cure. He's working on the FDA to give them the thumbs up, and then they're going to start giving it out to everybody to put on their citrus trees so they can save the citrus industry because it's in peril right now. It's terrible. Greening has killed almost every citrus grower in Florida. Has been driven out of business and sold off to developers. So all right, I got to get out here. We'll talk to you guys later. Yep, we will have a safe trip, and we will stream when we're traveling down to Florida. We'll be streaming with you. Okay. All right, everybody. Out of here. Have a great night, everyone. God bless.